On to chapter 23. And now, said Carl when Max was back in the room and seated at the circular table, it is time for all of you to meet your competition. The girl who only ate plants raised her hand. Yes, Hannah, said Carl. We have already met one another. Well, except for the new girl, she gestured at Max, the one who almost quit. Your name is Max? It's a nickname for Maxine, Max explained. Interesting. You know one another's names, said Isabel. Now it is time to know more, to learn one another's strengths and abilities, so you can see what you're up against. Max already had a pretty good idea what she was up against. Some of those kids had already graduated college. She wouldn't be surprised if a few had their PhDs. She'd made her choice. She wasn't going to run away from this fight. As a reminder, said Miss Kaplan, for your continued safety and security here at CMI, we only use first names. Miss Kaplan pointed a remote at the 3D screen. Now then, in no particular order, here are our contestants. A rotating image of a girl with lots of freckles and fiery red hair hovered over the table. It was annotated with scrolling statistics such as her hometown, age, grade point average, awards, hobbies, and athletic activities. Sivan, narrated Mrs. Kaplan, pronouncing the name, Sivan. Home country, Ireland. An expert in geoscience. She views the earth as a patient whose maladies can be diagnosed through scientific examination and eventually cure. She hopes one day to be able to predict major events such as earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods. Max was impressed. Sivan was only the first contestant. Toma, said Miss Kaplan, as the rotating image and stats changed to the brown-haired boy seated on the other side of Sivan. He was wearing a t-shirt that said, "Gravity is such a downer." Home country, China. Toma is a budding astrophysicist, obsessed with the nature of celestial bodies and how this study might lead to the understanding of black holes, dark matter, and wormholes. I'm also interested in time travel, as well as the origins of the universe, added Toma. They're kind of my hobby. Max could relate. They were kind of her hobbies, too. Moving on, said Miss Kaplan. Hannah, home country, Japan. She specializes in botany, the science of plant life, which is all she ever eats, thought Max with a slight grin. Hannah has a keen interest in plant breeding, bringing new sustainable foods to the world table while taking a broad view of the global ecosystem. Next up is Vihan from Mumbai. A boy wearing a kurta, a loose collarless shirt, smiled and waved to the group. He had his university degree in quantum mechanics. He hopes to, one day, to develop a unified theory of everything which will explain all physical aspects of our universe. The next image projected with the pale-skinned sausage lover. Klaus, said Miss Kaplan. And, as if on cue, the boy belched. Home country, Poland. He is an expert in robotics, which, of course, combines many fields of study: electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and computer science. And artificial intelligence, said Klaus. You forget to mention artificial intelligence, which is what all of you have compared to me fake smarts. Fake smarts. Got it now. Miss Kaplan enjoyed him. Not close. Ms. Kaplan ignored him and clicked on the next contestant. Tisa. It was the girl seated beside Max, a biochemist from Kenya. By studying how chemistry relates to biological components such as cells, Tisa could tell you how living beings operate, and for that matter, how they came into existence. Max wondered if maybe Tisa might be able to use her biochemical smarts to help her figure out how she, Max Einstein, the girl with a mysterious and unknown past, came into existence. Tisa would also like you to know that, even though her father is one of the wealthiest industrialists in all of Africa, that had absolutely nothing to do with her being selected for this program. Tisa nodded. Just saying. Ms. Kaplan tapped the remote. The image shifted to a girl with very short, dark blonde hair. Annika, home country, Germany. She is a master of formal logic, which, she would argue, is a type of science, even though it is not based on observations, empirical evidence, or data. Klaus snorted his disagreement. Do you dispute the human advances brought to light by Aristotle and his syllogisms? Syllogisms, said Annika. Let's save the debate for later, said Carl. Ms. Kaplan, please continue. Introduce the two American contestants. First, we have Keto from Oakland, California, a city not far from Silicon Valley. Keto is a computer scientist who envisions changing the world through algorithms and computer code. Count on it, said Keto, who was kind of cocky. Not as bad as Klaus, but close. In fact, I plan on becoming the first African-American Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. Maybe both. Finally, we have Maxine. Just Max, please. Very well. Max. She is our most recent arrival, and therefore we have not had time to load her biographical data into our presentation software. Suffice it to say that she, like all of you, deserves to be here. Of course she does, said Klaus as the hologram projector went dark. In fact, you all belong here. So, why? So I have someone to defeat. I don't think I'm liking Klaus.